Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to show you guys my personal credit card strategy for 2023, as well as showing you the cards that I plan on getting a little bit later this year and taking you through some key points or rules that I'm trying to implement this year. Is not only going to optimize the way that I get credit cards, but optimize the way that I'm using those credit cards and the way that I'm earning points and cashback rewards. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, really quickly, I just want to ask that you do me a favor and drop the video a like down below if you enjoy the video, as it does help me and the channel out a tremendous amount, and I very much appreciate it. As well as, if you're interested in more videos just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button while you're down there as well, so you never miss a new upload. So jumping into the first key point and the first rule that I'm trying to make a priority this year is going to be waiting 4 to 6 months in between credit card applications. So with 2023, I'm actually not looking to add too many different credit cards to my wallet this year, as well as I'm not looking to take on too many hard inquiries or add anything like that to my credit report. And at the same time, I'm also trying to actually come back down below the Chase 524 rule. And that's because one of the two cards that I'm looking to get a little bit later this year is the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited card. Now for me, this card is a no-brainer because it's going to earn me unlimited 1.5% back on all of my business expenses and stuff like that, which I'll have coming up a little bit later in the year to reinvest back into YouTube. But it's also going to make a nice addition and pair well with the existing Chase cards that I have and just grow that ecosystem. If you haven't heard me talk about it before, I am a huge fan of Chase cards because of the way that they earn and the way that their ecosystem works together. But I do have another video touching on that, and if you want to check that video out, I'll link it down below, because I'm not going to go too in-depth in that. But to summarize everything, I am a big fan of Chase cards, and having that unlimited 1.5% back for all of my business expenses is going to pair nicely with all of my other Chase cards. Now, moving on to the next key point and the next rule that I'm trying to implement this year is going to be not focusing on so many different sign-up bonuses and not hitting so many different spend requirements and things like that, but I actually just want to focus on optimizing my wallet, optimizing the credit cards that I'm using, and the amount of cashback or reward points that I'm actually getting on my spend. And so in 2022, I mainly focused on getting different sign-up bonuses, hitting different spend requirements, and just getting as many bonus points and credit card points as I possibly could. And while that did work out well for me in 2022, because I was actually able to accumulate enough credit card points to almost completely pay for a 5-day trip that I'm taking to Washington, D.C. a little bit later in the summertime of this year. And so not having to pay so much out of pocket for the flight and the hotel gave me really nice benefit, and it was really nice to be able to have those credit card points to do that. But for this year, I really do just want to focus on minimizing the amount of cards that I'm using at one time and focus on optimizing my spending patterns and my credit card patterns, and just using a few different cards at a time that'll give me the most return on my spending that I do month to month. And so for some examples of this is going to look like the American Express Gold for all of my food purchases and my grocery purchases, the Blue Cash Preferred card from American Express, which is what I typically use for my gas because that gets me 3% back on that. And then I use the Venture card from Capital One just as a very solid catch-all card because it gives me 2x back on everything. Now, occasionally I will rotate between this and something like the Chase Freedom Unlimited that gets me 1.5% cash back, but getting a flat unlimited 2x back on all of my spending that's outside of those food and gas categories is nice for me, and that's why this card is in my wallet as well. Now, occasionally I do still use my Sapphire Preferred card for things like dining as well from time to time, and that is simply because I like to earn various points from every card issuer. So I like to earn points from Capital One, American Express, and Chase, and that's simply just because what I've found works best for me is having different points from different issuers that I can use for different things, as well as if I want to transfer all of those points out to a hotel partner or airline partner, I can do that. The last reason is because I tend to value Chase points a little bit higher than American Express points and Capital One points, and that's simply because whenever you use your Chase points through the Sapphire Preferred and book either airfare or hotels through the Chase travel portal, you get an automatic extra 25% cent value on those points. So your points are going to be worth 1.25 cents per point, as opposed to the Capital One's 1 cent per point and the American Express's 0.5 to 0.7 cents per point for hotels and 1 cent for flights. And so that's why I like to have different points from different credit card issuers, and that's what I found works best for me. Now, the third and next thing that I'm doing this year to optimize my credit card strategy is I'm only looking to add 1 to 2 credit cards to my wallet this year. Now, I already mentioned earlier how one of those cards is the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited, and the second card that I'm looking to add is the Capital One Venture X. Now, I actually do have a full video on my channel covering an in-depth review on the Venture X card, so I won't cover all of it in this video or else it would be too long. But if you're interested in checking out that video, you can click up in the top right corner right now and check that out. But to summarize why I think that the Venture X is going to be a good fit for me is because this card does come with a 75,000 mile sign-up bonus after you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of account opening. This card will also earn me 5x back on flights booked through the Capital One travel portal, as well as 10x back on hotels booked through that travel portal, which is really nice value. And lastly, this card does get you an annual $300 travel credit, as well as a 10,000 mile anniversary bonus. So with this card, you're getting about $400 worth of value each year out of it, which is going to be really beneficial when I talk about the fourth and final point that I'm trying to do this year with my credit card strategy. For now, if I see another credit card that catches my eye or that I think is going to give me really good benefit or is going to be beneficial for me to have, then I will consider getting it. But for now, I'm only looking to add those 1 to 2 credit cards a little bit later in the year. And I'm just looking to optimize my spending patterns and optimize the amount that I'm earning by only using a few different cards at a time. And that's going to lead me into my fourth and final point that I'm trying to make a priority this year and implement into my credit card strategy. And that's going to be redeeming more points for free travel. So I already mentioned earlier how last year, because of all the points and stuff that I accumulated, I was able to pretty much pay for a 5-day trip to Washington, D.C. later this summer that I'm super excited about. And it was super nice that I was able to get that pretty much for free with credit card points. But later in the year, I'm looking to take a few more trips as well. And so for those trips that I'm looking to take a little bit later in the year, I'm definitely looking to use credit card points towards that. And so I can minimize the out-of-pocket spending that I'm using for those trips and minimize the actual money that I have to pay for them. And so that's why having that 75,000 mile sign-up bonus from Capital One is going to be very beneficial for me later this year, as well as being able to take advantage of that 10,000 mile anniversary bonus and that $300 hotel credit, which is going to be very nice for some upcoming trip, and I'll be able to get some really good value out of that and completely recoup that annual fee of $395. As well as with that card, I'll be able to earn that 10x back on hotels and 5x back on flights, and doing that is going to allow me to have even more points to reinvest into free travel. And so that's going to be my complete credit card strategy for 2023, as well as the credit cards that I'm looking to add to my wallet later this year and the things that I'm looking to accomplish with my credit card strategy for 2023. And so I hope this video was helpful, you found it informative, and that you're able to take some of the tips that I implemented into this video and apply it to your own personal credit card strategy for 2023, so you can be set up for success and be able to earn things like free travel and different rewards. And definitely let me know by dropping a comment down below, what are your plans for different credit cards this year, and what is your personal credit card strategy going into 2023? And I would definitely love to hear from you, so make sure to drop a comment down below letting me know that. And really quickly, if you're still watching the video, I just want to say thank you for tuning in today. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video and found it informative, it means a lot if you could drop a like down below to let me know that you enjoyed it. And if you're interested in more content just like this, where I cover personal credit and finance tips, make sure to hit the subscribe button down there as well. As always, I hope each and every one of you have a fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for tuning in.